Welcome back. Ayurvedic cooking complements a practice of yoga on the mat for a more holistic lifestyle that's in tune with nature. We continue now with the Diego experience as we savor a delicious full-course meal packed with natural goodness using the 6 different tastes of Ayurveda.
Ayurveda, what does the word mean? Ayur relates to life, and Veda, we all know, comes from the Vedic scriptures and the Vedic culture, and it gives us a science to stay healthy and to stay happy through utilizing foods as a preventative measure so that we don't have to fall ill. We can actually support our health through the foods that we're eating. Okay, so this salad we're putting together is a very simple dish. It's very highly nutritious. It should take a few minutes to put together, and it can be an accompaniment to your main meal. If you're having curries, like a raita, you can have an accompaniment, or if you're having a lighter meal like a salad, it can be a dressing as well with a yogurt. So very simply, we would just take whole beetroots grated, and beetroots are very grounding. So the nature, Ayurveda is very in tune with nature. So when we look towards nature, we can find all the answers. All the qualities of the foods are apparent in the way that they grow. Just a small amount of lemon or lime, or even something acidic, just to support the beetroot staying fresh. We would just like to highlight the importance of ghee as being really medicinal and really integral to the process of cooking. So cooking food is actually, in Ayurveda, esteemed to be healthy. There's a lot of tendency towards raw food movements, and we can have raw foods in the forms of salads and juices, but ultimately, especially when we're going now in the winter months, we try and avoid actually raw foods. And if we're having a salad like today, we're having a fennel salad, we're just going to heat the fennel bulb with a little bit of ghee just to lift the cold properties. Raw food is cold, and it actually takes a lot of energy for your body to digest. So simply by heating up the beetroot in the way that we're going to do, heating up the fennel, it actually helps to support the salad. So there's, which is mustard seeds, and we've got fresh curry leaves. So again, they have warming properties. If you look at Ayurveda and yoga, it's actually working on an alchemical process. It's changing our physical structure so that we can transform, we can be more healthy, we can be more happy. So that's hot. You can see I cook with my hands a lot, okay? So it's important that your hands are clean, but it's also important to get hands-on with your food. So that's also being aware with your senses, smelling the foods, feeling the food, okay? And then we'll throw the hot oil over the beetroot. So you can hear it sizzling. And it's very simple. Maybe a little bit of, you can see pink salt. So again, salt is good. So the consciousness comes into what kind of salt are we using. We've got a beautiful bulb of fennel. So fennel is a very versatile ingredient. We see it a lot in the spices. It's used as a digestive spice after the meals. Fresh fennel as well has got a sweet taste. Like we said, it's got a very beautiful property as it actually uplifts your digestive capacity, but at the same time it keeps you cool. Okay, so the beauty of the fennel is the bulb. So we'll keep the bulb whole. You could put some fresh somf. That's usually what I would do. Obviously the the freshness of the fennel flavor is there, but just for some of the dry properties, you can put some somph, some fresh fennel seed. And you want to keep it on a lower heat. For the vagar, maybe a little bit hotter. You can see now it's quite hot, but then I would allow for the temperature to come down a little bit. And just a few minutes until you see the color as it braises, it goes a little bit deeper in color and maybe a little bit brown. So you can see the color is changing, it's going a little bit softer, it becomes a little bit translucent. And then the sugars of the plant, the root, is really storing in all the goodness, and it becomes sweeter as you heat it up. I'll put a little bit of seasoning, again if we're using rock salt, Himalayan salt. I think that's good for now. We'll let it cool down a little bit before we throw it over the cold or the cool leaves. And to accompany the fennel bulb, we'll chop up some red onion. So for today and for color, we'll throw the red onion in. But at home, if you are following a fully sattvic approach, then obviously we can always do without. So it's very important, the mood of the cook. In Ayurveda they say you're present, and we said what does it mean to be consciously cooking? It means that you engage fully with what you're doing, and also to keep a positive spirit while you're cooking. So it's important that the chef is always happy and positive, and this imbibes into the food. So we have some fresh turmeric root. So over the last couple of years it's been going around the markets, and even now commercially it's available. It's very pungent in terms of the color, it's very astringent and grounding in terms of the taste, and it's very healing. And we'll also use fresh ginger. Okay, so you can see the roots are very similar in nature, just the colors are potently different. Okay, we have some raw honey and apple cider vinegar. So and then we're going to use grated ginger. So we've got ginger, turmeric, honey, apple cider vinegar. So your base for any dressing, you can be quite playful. You'd need an oil base. Most of the times we use olive oil. Olive oil is a good base for salads. And then you would need some sort of acidic agent, like vinegar or lemons can be used to balance the dressing. So we'll have the oil, the vinegar, ginger, turmeric together. You can even put a little bit of seasoning, a little bit of salt, and then you'll shake it up a little bit.